Really, really good audience questions this week, and I'm going to jump right into them. Remember, any method you want to get these questions to us, I'm glad to take it. Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, email, YouTube, I don't know, whatever works for you. Rich wrote in saying, how well would you guys withstand torture? What method would break you the fastest? I don't know if people will be surprised or this by not, Pat. I think many people won't because they already like to email in saying I'm a sissy. But basically, any method of torture, I think, would be pretty effective on me. I particularly cringe at like fingernail type stuff and like eye type stuff. But I mean, I think it would be pretty damn easy unless I were to receive extensive training at how to withstand torture.
I mean, I think the most effective one on me would be waterboarding.
Oh, you
if
do?
we are to believe that waterboarding is in fact torture.
Yeah.
Because then you just have this idea that you're going to die any second, and it's highly effective.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would start to probably have a panic attack if I was put in some super claustrophobic situation. I hate super loud music and noise, and I know that sometimes that's also used, like blasting really aggressive heavy metal at people to make them uncomfortable. But certainly physical stuff, waterboarding seems horrific, and just I don't want to get, this is a show that's on 200 broadcast radio and television stations, so I don't want to get too into details of things I've heard about, but, you've heard about rats under a bowl. There's so many different things. I don't think I'm built to withstand physical torture. I don't know, and I think many people probably would like to think that they'd be able to withstand it. My sense is a lot of those people are just not that well acquainted with what it would be like. They're sort of thinking of vaguely, oh, I could do it. I could just withstand it. And it really makes me understand why when John McCain says when you torture someone, you don't get good information. They just say whatever it is they think you want to hear to get the torture to stop. That makes a lot of sense to me when I think about being tortured.
And it's a shame, too, that we're still using some of these methods in Guantanamo Bay. I mean, loud music is one of them, making people stay up all night for days in a row. I mean, This is still going on.
No doubt about it. And I think there's sort of like the more gruesome and like Middle Ages types of torture, which are more cartoonish and caricatures of insane torture. And then there's sort of a lot of the more modern stuff, the waterboarding, the sleep deprivation, the messing with people psychologically, and that type of thing. I don't think I'm built to withstand any of it. If people in the audience have training, and I know that there are, well, I don't want to say too much about who's in the audience, but there are people in the audience who have experience related to psychological preparation for these types of things, etc. If any of you, and you know who you are, want to email in with some thoughts on how you can be trained, I'm genuinely curious about that.
There was actually, to go back to waterboarding, there was a radio talk show host, Mancow Muller.
Yeah, I can't stand the guy.
Yeah, he went out to prove that waterboarding wasn't, in fact, torture.
Yep.
And the guy could only last about 4 seconds. And
I remember that.
He ended up going back on his claim, and it was like, yes, this is absolutely a torture method.
It was the one time where I thought that Mancow did something fantastic. And he did say, he's like, I was completely wrong. This absolutely is torture. Send me your thoughts.